So I haven't posted a working out video um for a couple days, and it's because I've been having so much chest pain that happens more frequently than before, and a lot of heart palpitations and everything. So I went to the emergency room and they took a CT angio to check my vessels to see if there's buildup. Thank God there's no buildup. My vessels are absolutely clean. Because there's I know when people are overweight, they're used to seeing, plaque in arteries and stuff like that. However, that's not the case with me. However, because I went in with chest pain, right, and I told the doctor that I am prepping for surgery on my uterus this month, July, and I'm having chest pain. I told her that certain things I can't take because of that, because I'm going into surgery. And well, they noticed that my heart was in the 40s, 30s beats per minute and everything. I was diagnosed with 6 sinus. That's why I have 2 monitors in my chest. Well, a pacemaker and a recorder in my chest and everything. However, because of protocol for chest pain, even though they tried to give me morphine, and I told her I am not taking morphine. I am not taking anything that's going to slow my heart down anymore. I'm not. In my life, I've been through severe pain. My pain tolerance is extremely high, which can be a good thing, but also a not so good thing, because there's a lot of things that, you know, I go through that I just push through. Like when my feet, my toes turn gray and everything. What did I do? I put on shoes and go walking to increase my circulation. So my life has been filled with pain. So pain is not the thing that's gonna drive me to the hospital. It's the frequency of the pain that actually takes me to the hospital, not pain itself, because all my life there's been pain. I'm talking about severe pain, close to death pain. It's just a lot of pain. So that's not one of the things. And like I said, that's not necessarily a good thing, because a lot of things can happen, because that's your body giving you a sign that something's wrong when you have pain and all that other stuff. But I'm not going into the medical area right now. So in that aspect, it is medical I'm talking about, but not that aspect of the body signals. But I told this doctor that, and she like, well, I need you to take aspirin and everything. And because I denied the morphine, I'm like, ugh, let me just take the aspirin. Why did I take the aspirin? Why did I take the aspirin? Because of the masses in my uterus. I bleed a lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. That's why I'm going into surgery this month. And when she gave me the aspirin, I let her know that this is the time of my menses, literally as I was in the emergency room. And I took the aspirin. Let me tell you, I'm in the bed now. I tend to have issues staying in one spot, because I used to be 432 pounds. Well, when I was 432 pounds, it was hard for me to stay in one spot then. So let me not say that. Because I worked in the medical field, right? I worked med surge, I worked trauma burn, I worked brain surgery, spine surgery. I worked, it's just hard for me to sit down. But however, since I'm lighter now, not 432 pounds, but 265 pounds, which is still heavy to most people, but light for me, it's hard for me to sit down. And that is one of the things that get on my nerve. Not only the fact that I am hemorrhaging even more now, so then it's going to be another issue. Because when you're going into surgery, They take blood work to make sure you have enough blood in surgery, because surgery poses a risk in itself of bleeding. So they prefer for your hemoglobin and your hematocrit to be a certain level. It's preferred. It's not necessary. Okay, if it's an emergency surgery, they're gonna get that blood ready, assuming that you take blood. However, one of the horrible things is not the excessive hemorrhaging. So I actually have to stay in one spot on top on a pee pad that you have for dogs, right? So it can catch overflow, which there's a lot of overflow and going on right now. Is having to stay in one spot, because in the past, when I ignore the excessive bleeding, it is like a horror scene. I mean, it is like a horror scene, and ain't nobody got time for clean up all that floor. I already have to do enough cleaning already without hemorrhaging all over the floor. I can't. So that is one of the hardest things for me, is to sit down and relax. You would think it's the surgery. It's annoying because I don't like doing surgery. The hemorrhaging, the pain in my chest. You would think is that. Why is one of the worst things? One of them, because there's other things, but one of the worst things is sitting down. Because when I'm sitting down, I just feel like I'm not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? I've worked since I was 16 years old, right? For anyone who knows what this saying is, your father was a Rolling Stone. That was my dad. So, I worked since I was 16 because my mom owned a home, right? And my mom was going through health issues. So I started working when I was 16. And I know what it feels like to work no matter how sick and horrible you feel. I know what it is to do that because I have done it before. And now I'm in a position that my body's not letting me push through. And when people see the videos of me working out, it takes a lot for me to continue working out. And it's hard. It's upsetting. It's annoying because all I know is working. All I know is pushing through. That's all I know. I do not know relaxing. Who does it? Who relaxes? But I guess this is a new part in my life. Trusting God, trusting the process, and sitting down somewhere. Well, here I am, sitting down somewhere.